Yo. Right. Right. Okay. Let's do this thing. Hey, Blue Sweats. Good morning. Okay. I have no idea. That looks like a kind of, if you think about the negative space. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go that route. All right. I kind of see a monster of sorts. Let's do a monster. I haven't done a monster for quite some time. Like a fat belly. Hey, Mobile Art, good morning. How's it going? I wonder, like, in the future, when there's spacesuits, will there be fat people? Or are we gonna come up with a solution for kind of not staying fit? Like you just insert a chip that kind of increases and decreases the metabolism. Like you go into specific like fat burning body states of sleeping, and you just kind of electrical shock impulse your muscles while you're in a kind of medically induced sleeping state, and it exercises your body. Like just everyone sleeping like in a disco, just lights flashing constantly and your body's being exercised. I wonder if that would happen. Or what would be the solution? Would you still have to like run around like a caveman on a treadmill? I wonder whatever solution we will come up with how to get out of exercising. But I mean, there's so many chemical privileges you get from moving. Obviously, it's a reward system for the body. My lifespan decreases, as in I will live less or longer. Lifespan increase, then it should be if you live longer. It's like don't stand or you'll die early. Yeah. Or if you're just gonna, that whole the fat is in the future space thing, I was gonna kind of what spurred the idea is like, would fat people have spacesuits? Would they have to make fat person specific spacesuits? I mean, obviously it's a fine-tuned machine, a spacesuit, right? Because it has to be like, uh, you know. So I wonder if they're like, oh, sorry, you're too fat to go into space. You have to be on a planet. You're like being treated as cargo. Sorry, dude, you have to be in cryo sleep. You're too fat to be awake for space. I wonder if that would be pretty fucked up. Imagine the shame. I don't know. I don't know if I would be in. I mean, that's an interesting thing. What do they do with obesity in the future for space travel? Or is it just if you want to go out of Earth or a planet which you're residing in, you better start jogging. Wearable chairs, yeah, those like Wally floating chairs with a TV and a sippy cup. So obviously today I'm going down the monster route. This is some fun stuff. I enjoy monsters. One thing I noticed though, which I always do when I do monsters, which are just random monsters from the top of my head, they're always naked. I think that's something I have to be more conscious about, like when doing in monster designs, like this, you know, randomly drawing, not for work. I mean, obviously for work there's more design into them than I thought, but it's like there's no secondary material. There's no, well, there usually is, you know, like hair or kind of carapace type shelling or you know, whatever, but you know, that's something I'm just kind of as a footnote in my mental process, which I have to start thinking more about, is to a little bit more elaborate materials in a monster design, you know, take it a step further. I don't know why I mentioned it, but it popped into my head and I thought it would be a interesting thing to listen to, like a footnote of my thought process of don't be too generic, like a internal monologue. Another thing I want to start experimenting with in this technique is colors. Like, at what point can I start using color, and would I be able to sketch around this way with color, or would it detract from the process of being able to create freely? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, one thing which I want to add now is like the concept of it, right? What's the concept of this monster? have to be coming in at some point soon, I think. Maybe he has, yeah, let's give him an extra set of legs. Sad? Yeah, I think there's too many angry monsters. Now it's kind of... I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that would be cool. Like how she has worm babies. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. They need to look alive though, and not like just dangling penises. Should I need to make it look like a kind of maybe like a beehive? That would be cool. Like, or nipples. I looked at the amount of people on yesterday's 30-minute warm-up, and we were like 30 people at some point. It was pretty cool. It was a lot of discussions, which was great. A lot of people commenting, hanging around. It's fun. I'd like more of that, actually. I was raided. What does that mean? Did someone try to troll me? But they stayed. They didn't seem to raid me, right? Oh. Alright, I get it. Okay, so someone had finished streaming and he or her just said head over here, or... I mean, how could just people get over it? It's not like down the hall, is it? It must have said, someone must have said go here, right? Because it's not a physical location, like walking down the hallway and go, oh, right, here's another stream. Right? So that's cool. Thanks for that. Whoever did. Yeah, it was cool. Lots of people coming over, you know, it was awesome, very kind of them. I wonder who it was. Yeah, it's cool. Or she likes. You know, I don't know if it was a girl or a little boy. So halfway through, I got a pretty good design going on here, I think. It feels a little bit at the moment a little middle of the road. Doesn't really come across as like powerful as I saw it in my mind. Obviously, it's just 15-minute sketch so far, but I'm kind of digging it. I'm digging it. These baby monsters, they like, or maggots or worms that she has in her belly, they need to... Obviously, if I would take this further, I'd like to spend some more time you know, pointing them out more clearly, you know, maybe with translucency in the way they're rendered, you know, how light breaks on them, and should try to communicate, like maybe she has an empty one. I don't know. Or maybe one kind of swoops around. Yeah, that's better. I can show a mouth in there. But that's cool. That's nice. I like that idea. Oh, collarbone arms. I haven't designed that before. That kind of just... I like the idea of like the monsters having pockets inside their body. I like that idea. For me, it's like something I notice myself design a lot when I do like aliens from space, is that they have like sockets for limbs and things that they can place things in so that they're streamlined more. I kind of like that idea of like evolutionary additional arm pockets. Hey, Gaxix, good morning. Welcome. How's things on your end of the world? Mobile art, what I think about the art community? I think it's quite non-existent, except on Facebook feeds. But I wouldn't say it's a community. More or less, it's. I think it's very limited. I think there's something missing in the art community that has a positive way of acting. There's a lot of people asking a lot of questions constantly, which shows that these questions, there's no place to have answers for them. I.e., a cyclical kind of like, if you think about it like you inherit knowledge from your parents. The same thing in an art community is that you inherit knowledge from peers, right? Generationally as well, you know, like how do you learn something, and this generation of artists, they learn it, and that becomes like secondary information that everyone just knows because it's a constantly evolving thing and constantly active thing, you know, like because everyone is just in a community, regardless if it's an art community or a real world community, as you know, physical. You learn things by osmosis because you're constantly enveloped by it, right? And I think there's huge gaps in this art community of information and give and take, and I think a lot of people are focusing on technique, and they're creating pockets of knowledge, and people buy a seat for them, while before, many years ago, it was all free for all. And I think during those times of free for all, where there was no wallet gap, like pay for knowledge, the industry evolved tremendously. It's like, take Elon Musk, for example. He shares all his inventions and patents, is for the better of mankind. And I think that's something that's missing in the industry, so that everyone pushes our understanding of what we can do further. But when you have to pay for it, that there's a huge amount of people, high percentage of people, that don't do it. They don't buy it. They can't afford it. They can't whatever. And those people slow down the evolution. Not as in it's their fault. It's the community's fault. And those people that sell knowledge, for example, indirectly are hurting themselves because they're limiting the output. Obviously, I was a teacher at CGMA, for example. Obviously, people were buying my knowledge, and it's a part of the community, But the thing is, my point is not that we should stop selling information. My point is that we need to cultivate the art community more, so that people will learn through osmosis, by being involved and among information. And currently there is no place where you do that. And I think the community is suffering. A lot of pockets of people, not the whole picture. That's what I think. Hey Pablo, good morning. Cool, Gaxix, looking forward to see the Alien Queen. Hey Noviart, Jordi, nothing in particular, it's just in general, the whole mass structure of the art community. It's a lot of compartmentalization and niches, or like pockets of people teaching each other rather than community as a whole. And you have to dig to find people that share and critique in a functional and structured way. It doesn't exist anymore. I have hardly ever see anyone give feedback on someone's art. It's been going on for years and years. There's no one really anymore. It's just back in the days of me learning doing concept art. I mean, it was so many tutorials and people showing what they've been experimenting with, sharing that knowledge for anyone who was interested. And, everyone was like, "Oh, how do you do that?" And you write down tutorials and sharing, and like, how much of that do you see around now? It's just $5 and you'll get my special sauce. Gaxix, for sure, it was a really good place. I don't think the place itself, is the people that were there, and the originals, like first generation people there. They treated it in a specific way, and the forums changed with updates and so on, which kind of nurtured, I think, a negative point of behavior. there was a point where they started adding a rating, like 5 star, 3 star, or you're just a 3 star thread person, or 5 star thread person, and then I don't know, I don't know, it became really weird. The community was great at concept.org. Mobile art is, I don't know, it's weird. It's super weird. Jordy, that's great. Thanks for that. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I do it. Community, being able to sit and talk, even though I'm the one talking and you guys are writing. It's still, we're still creating something together, even though I am the one drawing and you guys are here looking. I don't think, that, it's. I'm not hiding anything. I'm sharing. For the love of community. I love it that you guys come here and hang out with me while I do this sketch. I mean, I could, like I said many times before, I could easily do this offline. It's not like, I'm not getting paid to do this, or you are like a selected few that pay to have access to this. It's for community, for me, that's also a bit sad that, in a way, that it's just only, like today, 15 people. But my hopes is that it'll grow. More and more people will join in here, and that we will be more than 15 people at some point, and talking and sharing, and maybe it can be start on something cool. That's my hope and dreams. One of the reasons why I started this is to kind of have community, some more community back. Familiar faces, pros and amateurs, doesn't matter. It's always fun to follow someone's progress. I mean, we're all beginners at some point. Yeah, we can't have the. I don't like when people have that like viewpoint that they're better than someone else. They're just further along down the road than someone else. We're all beginners and we're all learning. I don't know. That's sad, mobile art. You just want the clicks for likes and fame, Gaxix, definitely. I think it's good that there's people sharing. Vablo, definitely. This is hard to focus. Hey, James Zapata. Good morning. Or good evening, I think, for you. Jordy, yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a professional. Well, I am a professional. I work with this. I get paid to do it. But what I meant was that I don't have the one true way of doing things. This is me experimenting and learning as I'm experimenting and sharing this journey with you guys, whoever want to be a part of it. And it's not like I'm saying that this is some sort of standard. This is not a process that everyone should learn. But what I find interesting, and with art books and so on as well, is that, which a lot of people don't think about, is that you need to find the books that make your brain click. And that's why there's a huge amount of people selling things, and because ideally people can experiment and figure stuff out that helps them. And one of my wishes with this stream is to encourage experimentation. You know, if you look back at all the other previous ones, like 60 streams I've done now, is like there's huge amount of experimentation with technique and topic, you know, and I think it's important to do. I mean, I found this sketch technique through experimentation, and I'm really digging it. I'm thinking of gravitating towards this technique a lot more, just because I'm just, you know, testing things, and a lot of that is never shown publicly anymore from artists, and there's this fear of experimenting wrong and not get enough likes, and somehow you need to go through the checklist of what's cool to get approved, you know, like approved by the community, because if you get a lot of likes, you've done something right, you know. And thematically and technique wise, you never have the balls to do it, because you're just gonna think, you know, I'm doing something wrong because this one got 15 likes and this one got 200, so I have to do more to the one for 200. But that, in that way, you will never do something new, you know. And you see it in the industry. A lot of repetition. Wow, James, that's 5 in the morning. Thanks, Laughing Skulls. That really like drives my point across what I've been talking about in this stream. It's like perfect. Glad that you're enjoying experimentation. Makes me very happy. Don't get me started on the bikini babes in bikini armor. But unfortunately, guys, time's up. This is what was created today. Not really what I thought would be created, but it's kind of cool. I'm digging the guy. So thanks all for coming. As always, I think we have good discussions together. Have a great day. Good luck with what you need to do, and kill that workload. All awesome, guys. Laughing Skulls, good luck with that, and please tag me on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and I would love to see. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.